Welcome to the STAR program for Real Estate Sales Associates. This program provides an added learning tool to use in your preparation for the state exam. Each question is presented slowly so that you may consider the multiple choice answers that follow. Whether or not you know all the answers in the beginning is unimportant. Your comprehension will improve with repeated listening, so listen to them frequently. Each time you do increases your understanding and adds to your confidence level. The results will be evident when you pass your exam the very first time.
The boundary between one neighborhood and another may be identified by which of the following? A. A busy street. B. A marked difference in the age of the buildings. C. Differences in architectural styles. D. Any of the above.
The correct answer is D, any of the above. A busy street, a sudden marked difference in the age of buildings, or differences in architectural style of the homes may all indicate a boundary between one neighborhood and another.
The comprehensive plan should A. Be designed to limit growth. B. Be drawn to avoid industrial development. C. Be flexible and allow for change. D. Not allow non-conforming uses to be continued more than 5 years.
The correct answer is C, be flexible and allow for change.
An unreasonable limitation on view, air, and light by one parcel at the expense of another is prevented by which of the following? A. Deed restrictions. B. Height and bulk limitations. C. Setback and sideline limitations. D. Density limitations.
The correct answer is B, height and bulk limitations. Height and bulk limitations prevent a property owner from constructing a building in such a way as to unreasonably limit the amount of view, air, or light available to contiguous properties.
A variance, A, allows a property owner to depart from the literal requirements of a zoning ordinance. B is a current land use that does not comply with the land use specified in a zoning ordinance. C allows a future land use that differs from the designated use stipulated in a zoning ordinance. D is a residential land use permitted under multiple use zoning.
The correct answer is A, allows a property owner to depart from literal requirements of zoning ordinance. Answer B is the definition of a non-conforming use. Answer C pertains to a special exception.
Members of the Planning Commission are A, appointed by the city or county government officials. B, elected to serve a governmental unit as advisors. C, act as advisors to the elected government officials. D, both A and C.
The correct answer is D, both A and C. Planning Commission members are appointed by and act as advisors to the elected government officials.
The intangible tax on a mortgage is ordinarily shown on a closing statement as A, credit to the buyer. B, credit to the seller. C, debit to the buyer. D, debit to the seller.
The correct answer is C, debit to the buyer. Although closing costs are negotiable between buyer and seller, the buyer usually pays all costs associated with a new mortgage.
Zoning is A or an A, limitation on value. B, appurtenance. C, restriction. D, type of variance.
The correct answer is C, restriction. Zoning ordinances restrict how real property may be used.
A planned unit development, A, combines different types of uses within a single development. B, contains large open spaces and common areas. C, is sometimes referred to as cluster or density zoning. D, all of the above.
The correct answer is D, all of the above.
How may developers and individual property owners restrict or control the use of privately owned land? A, by the use of deed restrictions. B. By using only warranty deeds. C. By conveying ownership with a special warranty deed. D. Through the use of an abstract of title.
The correct answer is A. By the use of deed restrictions. A developer or individual property owner may limit or restrict the use of property by a subsequent owner by filing deed restrictions in the public records. Deed restrictions may only be enforced by owners that are affected by them.
Building codes. A. Specify the type of construction allowed. B. Provide guidelines for the renovation of existing structures. C. Limit or control the type of materials that may be used. D. All of the above.
The correct answer is D. All of the above.
Regarding the broker's reconciliation on a closing statement, which of the following statements applies? A. Receipts and disbursements are not necessarily equal. B. Receipts equal disbursements less the brokerage fee. C. Receipts must equal disbursements. D. Receipts equal disbursements plus the buyer's expenses.
The correct answer is C. Receipts must equal disbursements.
Which of the following sources of finance are not subject to regulation by the federal government? A. Life insurance companies. B. Credit unions. C. Savings and loan associations. D. Real estate investment trusts.
The correct answer is A. Life insurance companies. Insurance companies are regulated by the states in which they operate.
A package mortgage, A, is a mortgage on personal property only. B is the same as a chattel mortgage. C pledges multiple parcels of land as security for a debt. D includes both real and personal property.
The correct answer is D, includes both real and personal property. A chattel mortgage is a lien on personal property. A blanket mortgage pledges multiple parcels of land as security for a debt.
Analyzing mortgage risk is known as A. Mortgage underwriting, B. Mortgage analysis, C. Financial lending, D. Risk analysis.
The correct answer is A. Mortgage underwriting. Mortgage underwriting involves qualifying both the property and the borrower as security for a loan.
Mortgage bankers, A. Act as a bridge between the primary and secondary mortgage markets. B. Often act as a loan correspondent between those who need funds for large real estate projects and institutional lenders willing to invest a long-term loan. C. Originate conventional, VA-guaranteed, and FHA-insured mortgage loans using their own funds. D. All of the above.
The correct answer is D. All of the above.
With regard to FHA-insured mortgage loans, which of the following statements is correct? A. The interest rate is established by HUD. B. There is a limit on the mortgage loan amount. C. The FHA makes mortgage loans in some areas. D. The seller must pay the loan discount.
The correct answer is B. There's a limit on the mortgage loan amount. The interest rate for an FHA loan is negotiable between borrower and lender. FHA does not make mortgage loans, and the loan discount can be paid by anyone.
Which of the following is an agreement that conveys title to real property to a third party during the term of a loan? A. A contract for deed. B. An agreement for deed. C. A deed of trust. D. A land contract.
The correct answer is C. A deed of trust. This is a three-party agreement between borrower, called the trustor, the lender, called the beneficiary, and a trustee, who is a neutral third party that holds title subject to terms of the loan.
The Consumer Credit Cost Disclosure Act, A, is implemented by Regulation Z. B, regulates institutional but not private lenders. C, was intended to provide borrowers with the information necessary to shop wisely for credit. D. All of the above.
The correct answer is D. All of the above.
A wraparound mortgage is A. Secondary financing which includes the unpaid balance of an existing mortgage loan. B. A first mortgage given by a buyer to a seller. C. Often used by sellers to finance the sale of their real property. D. Never a junior mortgage.
The correct answer is A. Secondary financing which includes the unpaid balance of an existing mortgage loan. A wraparound mortgage is a junior mortgage.
Leverage, A, is the use of borrowed money to increase buying power. B, increases the lender's yield on a mortgage loan. C, always results in a higher yield to the borrower. D, reduces the borrower's risk of default.
The correct answer is A. The use of borrowed money to increase buying power. An increase in the amount borrowed results in greater leverage, but may increase the risk of default by the borrower.
Interest charges, loan discounts, and the finance charges are stated in the A. Discount rate, B. Annual percentage rate, or APR, C. Capitalization rate, D. Yield rate.
The correct answer is B. Annual percentage rate, or APR.
Commercial banks traditionally prefer to originate A. FHA-insured and VA-guaranteed mortgage loans, B. Loans to be sold in the secondary market, C. Short-term commercial loans, D. Long-term residential loans.
The correct answer is C. Short-term commercial loans. Commercial banks traditionally preferred loans with shorter terms and higher interest rates such as car loans, construction loans, consumer loans, and loans to businesses.
A sale and leaseback is A. A means of obtaining 100% financing, B. Usually followed by a long-term tenancy for years, C. A creative financing technique, D. All of the above.
The correct answer is D. All of the above. By selling the property and simultaneously leasing it back with a long-term tenancy for years, the seller has been paid all of his or her equity and has therefore obtained 100% financing.
A mortgage loan in which the payments consist of interest only, with the entire balance of the loan due in a single installment at maturity, is known as A. Graduated payment mortgage, B. Term mortgage, C. Reverse annuity mortgage, D. Growing equity mortgage.
The correct answer is B. Term mortgage.
Loan discounts, A. Guarantee the lender a profit on a loan, B. Assure that the interest rate will not change during the term of the loan, C. Increase the lender's yield on the loan, D. Are required to be paid by the mortgagee.
The correct answer is C. Increase the lender's yield on the loan.
Trading on the equity is a term which means A. Using leverage, B. The same as a sale and leaseback, C. Buying and selling mortgages in the equity market, D. Using seller financing.
The correct answer is A. Using leverage. Trading on the equity means borrowing against the equity in the property, which is the same as using leverage.
Which of the following would a lender consider when analyzing a prospective borrower's attitude and willingness to repay a debt? A. The borrower's assets, B. The borrower's income, C. The borrower's credit rating, D. All of the above.
The correct answer is C. The borrower's credit rating. Assets and income are considered in qualifying the borrower, but are not a reflection of a borrower's attitude or willingness to repay the debt.
A mortgage loan in which the payments are lower than would normally be required to amortize the loan and gradually increase over a period of time is called A or an A. Growing equity mortgage, B. Graduated payment mortgage, C. Adjustable rate mortgage, D. Partially amortized mortgage.
The correct answer is B, graduated payment mortgage. This is a long-term loan that provides for lower initial payments that gradually increase during the first few years of the loan. Since the initial payments are insufficient to amortize the loan, negative amortization results.
Existing mortgages are bought and sold in the A. Equity market, B. Primary market, C. Mortgage resale market, D. Secondary market.
The correct answer is D, secondary market. Mortgage loans are originated in the primary market, bought and sold in the secondary market.
A capital deficit area, A, has demand for mortgage funds greater than local savings can satisfy. B, is the only source of funds for the repayment of existing mortgage loans. C, indicates that the return on mortgage loans is less than on other types of investments, such as stocks and bonds. D is the result of intermediation, which has caused a shortage of funds available for mortgage loans.
The correct answer is A, has demand for mortgage funds greater than local savings can satisfy.
Which of the following are government-sponsored, privately owned corporations operating to provide liquidity for the secondary market? A. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, B. Ginnie Mae and Fannie Mae, C. Fannie Mae and Magic, D. Freddie Mac and Ginnie Mae.
The correct answer is A, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
Demand deposits may be maintained in which of the following? A. Credit unions, B. Commercial banks, C. Savings and loan associations, D. All of the above.
The correct answer is D, all of the above. Demand deposits are checking accounts. Savings accounts are time deposits.
A purchase money mortgage, A, cannot be a junior mortgage. B, is also called a chattel mortgage. C, is any mortgage used to finance the purchase price of real property. D, cannot include personal property.
The correct answer is C, is any mortgage used to finance the purchase of real property, regardless of the source of the funds.
Borrower Tony obtained a $50,000 loan from a bank 5 years ago. He has paid the balance down by making extra payments each year. The mortgage has a provision which will allow Tony to borrow up to the original amount of the loan without obtaining a new loan. A mortgage which contains this provision has A or an A. Release clause, B. Open-end clause, C. A sculpatory clause, D. Subordination clause.
The correct answer is B, open-end clause.
As each succeeding installment on a fully amortized level payment mortgage is paid, A. The principal portion of the payment increases, but not at a uniform rate. B. The interest portion of the payment increases, but not at a uniform rate. C. The principal portion of the payment decreases at a uniform rate. D. The interest portion of the payment decreases at a uniform rate.
The correct answer is A. The principal portion of the payment increases, but not at a uniform rate. As subsequent payments are made on a fully amortized level payment mortgage, the principal portion of each payment increases and the interest portion decreases. However, neither the principal nor the interest portion change at a uniform or steady rate.
Which of the following federal agencies regulates the lending practices of savings and loan associations? A. The Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. B. The Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. C. Office of Thrift Supervision. D. National Credit Union Administration.
The correct answer is C, Office of Thrift Supervision. Federally chartered banks are regulated by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System.
Value is not created by which of the following? A. Utility. B. Demand. C. Scarcity. D. Immobility.
The correct answer is D, immobility. The four essential elements of economic value are demand, utility, scarcity, and transferability.
Which of the following do FHA-insured and VA-guaranteed mortgage loans have in common? A. Loan discounts are not allowed. B. The right of prepayment without penalty. C. Down payments are not necessary. D. The mortgage insurance premium is paid by the borrower.
The correct answer is B, the right of prepayment without penalty. FHA requires a down payment. There is no insurance premium on a VA-guaranteed loan. Loan discounts may be charged on both types of loans.
A two-party document pledging real property as security for a debt created a lien on the property when it was recorded. If this lien may be removed by foreclosure, the document is A. A conveyance. B. A deed of trust. C. A promissory note. D. A mortgage.
The correct answer is D, mortgage. A mortgage pledges real property as security for a debt, while a promissory note is evidence of the debt. A deed of trust is a three-party, not a two-party document.
How do life insurance companies protect themselves from the long-term negative effects of inflation on loans made by them? A. By charging higher interest rates. B. By charging more discount points on longer-term loans. C. By participating in the profit and ownership of the property. D. Through higher down payments.
The correct answer is C, by participating in the profit and ownership of the property.
When the Federal Reserve System engages in open market operations by selling securities to control the money supply is A. Increased, and interest rates should decrease. B. Decreased, and interest rates should increase. C. Increased, and interest rates should increase. D. Decreased, and interest rates should decrease.
The correct answer is B, decreased, and interest rates should increase.
If a lender permits a new borrower to take personal liability on a note and simultaneously releases the original mortgagor from further liability, the process is called A. Subrogation, B. Defeasance, C. Alienation, D. Novation.
The correct answer is D, novation. When a lender agrees to substitute a new borrower's liability for the liability of the original borrower, the process is called novation. The new borrower is the only one liable for the mortgage and the note.
Which of the following mortgage clauses is a benefit to the mortgagee? A. Prepayment. B. Receivership. C. Defeasance. D. Exculpatory.
The correct answer is B, receivership. This clause, used with income-producing property, permits the court to appoint a receiver during the foreclosure process to collect rental income and manage the property, thereby protecting the lender's security.
Subsequent to a default, but prior to foreclosure, a mortgagor may cure the default and prevent the foreclosure sale by paying all money due. This right is known as A. The statutory right of redemption. B. The right of defeasance. C. A deed in lieu of foreclosure. D. Equity of redemption.
The correct answer is D, equity of redemption. Equity of redemption allows a borrower to cure the default prior to foreclosure and prevents the sale of the property. The statutory right of redemption, which allows the party a period of time after foreclosure to cure the default, is not used in Florida.
Which mortgage clause benefits the mortgagor? A. Defeasance, B. Acceleration, C. Estoppel, D. Cognovit.
The correct answer is A. Defeasance. This clause requires the lender to acknowledge performance by the borrower when the terms of the mortgage contract are being fulfilled.
Which of the following may be used to estimate the value of a small family-owned business or income-producing property? A. Annual income and gross income multiplier. B. Monthly rent and gross rent multiplier. C. Effective rent and gross rent multiplier. D. Potential income and gross rent multiplier.
The correct answer is A. Annual income and gross income multiplier. A gross rent multiplier would be used to value a single-family home rental property.
Which of the following is not one of the steps in the comparable sales approach? A. Locating comparable sales. B. Adjusting the data. C. Estimating reproduction cost. D. Reconciliation.
The correct answer is C. Estimating reproduction cost. This step is used in the cost depreciation approach.
If a home costing $250,000 is constructed in a subdivision of homes valued at $175,000 or less, the value of the higher-priced home will probably decrease. This is an example of the concept of A. Anticipation, B. Regression, C. Consistency, D. Progression.
The correct answer is B. Regression. A higher-priced property than those around it will have the value regressed toward the value of those in the neighborhood.
Which of the following is a consideration in the comparable sales approach? A. Functional obsolescence. B. Physical deterioration. C. Reproduction cost. D. Principle of substitution.
The correct answer is D. Principle of substitution. Physical and functional obsolescence and reproduction cost are considerations in the cost approach.
Special purpose properties are best valued using which approach to value? A. Comparable sales. B. Liquidation value. C. Cost depreciation. D. Income capitalization.
The correct answer is C. Cost depreciation. This is the only valid approach for valuing special purpose properties such as churches or schools.
The best method for appraising land is usually the A. Comparable sales approach, B. Cost depreciation approach, C. Income capitalization approach, D. Land residual method.
The correct answer is A. Comparable sales approach.
Which of the following is relative to the cost depreciation approach? A. Chronological age. B. Actual age. C. Effective age. D. Average age.
The correct answer is C. Effective age.
Which of the following types of properties may be appraised using the comparable sales approach? A. Retail centers. B. Single-family homes. C. Building sites. D. All of the above.
The correct answer is D. All of the above.
The value of an income property is the discounted present value of its future income is the basis for the appraisal principle of A. Capitalization, B. Anticipation, C. Concurrency, D. Marketability.
The correct answer is B. Anticipation. The principle of anticipation states the present value of an income property is equal to the discounted present value of its future income.
Which of the following types of depreciation is usually incurable? A. Functional obsolescence. B. Physical deterioration. C. External obsolescence. D. All of the above.
The correct answer is C, external obsolescence. Functional obsolescence and physical deterioration may be curable or incurable, but external obsolescence is usually incurable. External obsolescence may be referred to as locational or economic obsolescence.
Which statement pertaining to the appraisal of real property is true? A. Market value is the most probable selling price of a property. B. Market price is the amount of money actually paid by a buyer. C. Cost is the amount of money actually spent to create improved real estate. D. All of the above.
The correct answer is D, all of the above. Market value can be more than, less than, or equal to market price or cost.
When using the income capitalization approach, the overall capitalization rate equals A. Net operating income divided by value. B. Value divided by effective gross income. C. Value divided by operating income. D. Gross income divided by value.
The correct answer is A, net operating income divided by value.
Land is valued separately in which appraisal approach? A. Comparable sales. B. Income capitalization. C. Cost depreciation. D. Liquidation value.
The correct answer is C, cost depreciation.
The purpose of most appraisals is to estimate A. Market price. B. Market value. C. Market cost. D. Assessed value.
The correct answer is B, market value.
Office data compiled by an appraiser for use in the valuation of real property such as maps, cost information, trade publications, and previous appraisals is referred to as the A. Appraisal plant. B. Work file. C. Data bank. D. Either A or C.
The correct answer is D, either A or C, the appraisal plant or data bank.
An appraisal of real property is A. Conclusive evidence of the true value of the property. B. An estimate of the property value that can be supported and defended. C. A determination of property value based on current economic conditions. D. A determination of property value made by a qualified and trained expert.
The correct answer is B, an estimate of property value, value that can be supported and defended. The market determines value, not the appraiser.
Which of the following is necessary to the application of the comparable sales approach? A. Reproduction cost of the subject property can be accurately estimated. B. There have been recent sales of properties that are exactly the same as the subject. C. Comparable properties can be located in an active market and the data obtained is reliable. D. Comparable properties that do not require adjustment can be located.
The correct answer is C, comparable properties that can be located in an active market and the data obtained is reliable. Reproduction cost is not considered in the comparable sales approach. Comparable properties are never exactly the same as the subject, and the sales prices of comparable properties usually need some adjustment.
Which of the following real estate services have brokers become more involved in as a result of the increase in absentee ownership of income-producing properties? A. Property management. B. Appraising. C. Counseling. D. Listing.
The correct answer is A, property management.
A real estate broker should provide sales associates with A. A salary. B. An automobile. C. Training. D. A telephone.
The correct answer is C, training. Chapter 475 requires brokers to provide training for sales associates.
A policy manual, A. Assists in creating office harmony. B is required by the Florida Real Estate Commission. C outlines office procedures and policies. D, both A and C.
The correct answer is D, both A and C. A policy manual helps create office harmony by outlining office procedures and policies, but is not required by law.
Words of conveyance are associated with a or an. A, lease. B, deed. C, mortgage. D, assignment.
The correct answer is B, a deed. A conveyance is a transfer of title. Leases, mortgages, and assignments do not convey ownership.
What clause in a deed assures the grantee that the grantor holds the title in the quality and quantity being conveyed? A, habendum. B, redendum. C, the warrant of season. D, premises.
The correct answer is C, warrant of season. The warrant of season is essentially a claim of ownership. It is contained in all bargain and sale deeds, but is not found in a quitclaim deed.
Which clause in a deed contains the name of the parties, gives the legal description of the property, and states a consideration? A, premises. B, testimonium. C, tenendum. D, habendum.
The correct answer is A, premises. The premises clause is also known as the granting clause.
When the grantor promises to defend the title to the property only against the lawful claims of anyone claiming by, for, through, or under him, he or she is giving A warranty deed, B, a referee's deed, C, a quitclaim deed, D, a special warranty deed.
The correct answer is D, a special warranty deed. In a special warranty deed, the warrants are only for the period of time the grantor's ownership and apply only to claims made by the grantor or his agents.
When a property has been foreclosed and sold at auction in Florida, title will be conveyed by A, a certificate of sale, B, a certificate of title, C, a petitioner's deed, D, a deed in lieu of foreclosure.
The correct answer is B, a certificate of title. The successful bidder at auction receives a certificate of sale. If no legal objections are raised within 10 days, the clerk records a certificate of title conveying title to the bidder.
To record a deed, it must be A, a valid document, B, signed by the grantee, C, acknowledged, D, all of the above.
The correct answer is C, acknowledged. Recording a deed does not guarantee the document is valid. The grantor signs the deed, not the grantee.
In a deed, the assurance that the grantee will not be harassed by hostile claims against their ownership is found in the warrant of A, season, B, further assurances, C, testimonium, D, quiet enjoyment.
The correct answer is D, quiet enjoyment.
Title to real property legally passes to the grantee when A, the deed is recorded in the office of the clerk of the circuit court. B, the deed is signed by the grantee and witnessed. C, a properly executed deed is delivered to and accepted by the grantee. D, the deed is executed by the grantor, witnessed, acknowledged, and recorded.
The correct answer is C. A properly executed deed is delivered to and accepted by the grantee. Deeds do not have to be acknowledged or recorded for title to pass, but are generally recorded to provide constructive notice of ownership.
Which of the following statements is incorrect regarding quitclaim deeds? A, they are commonly used to remove clouds on the title. B, they cannot be used to convey a fee simple interest in property. C, the grantor's interest is conveyed the same as it would be with a general warranty deed. D. The grantee's title will be of the same quality as that of the grantor.
The correct answer is B. They cannot be used to convey a fee simple interest in property. Since a quitclaim deed releases any interest the grantor has in the property, the grantee will receive the same quantity and quality of title as was held by the grantor.
Which of the following is not required to create a valid deed? A. Grantor's signature. B. It must be under seal. C. Words of conveyance. D. Consideration.
The correct answer is B. It must be under seal. A seal is not required to create a valid deed, mortgage, or contract.
Betty purchased a property from Helen and received the deed. The deed was lost before it could be recorded. Who owns the property? A. Betty. B. Helen. C. The title holder of record. D. The beneficiary of the title insurance policy.
The correct answer is A. Betty. The title passed to Betty when the deed was delivered and accepted.
Which of the following warrants would be found in a bargain and sale deed? A. Warrant of further assurance. B. Warrant against encumbrances. C. Warrant of quiet enjoyment. D. Warrant of season.
The correct answer is D. Warrant of season.
The portion of the bundle of rights being conveyed is found in which clause in the deed? A. Tenendum. B. Granting. C. Habendum. D. Testimonium.
The correct answer is C. Habendum.
Rights or interests reserved by the grantor in the property being conveyed would appear in the A. Habendum clause, B. Redendum clause, C. Premises clause, D. Testimonium clause.
The correct answer is B. Redendum clause.
Which of the following is not required to create a valid deed? A. A competent grantee. B. A competent grantor. C. A premises clause. D. Two witnesses to the grantor's signature.
The correct answer is A. A competent grantee. Anyone, including a minor child or a mental incompetent, may be a grantee. However, the grantor must be legally competent.
When the grantee receives a general warranty deed, A. It is not a guarantee that the title to the property being conveyed is good or merchantable. B. It states that the grantor will defend the title against all lawful claims. C. Recording in the public records provides constructive notice, although recording is not required by law. D. All of the above.
The correct answer is D. All of the above.
Which of the following is required to legally transfer title to homestead property owned by a husband and wife? A. A recorded deed. B. An acknowledged deed. C. A deed signed by the head of the household, witnessed, acknowledged, and recorded. D. A deed signed by the husband and wife and witnessed by two persons.
The correct answer is D. A deed signed by the husband and wife, witnessed by two persons.
When a binder deposit accompanies an offer, it A. Is a guarantee of performance by the buyer. B. Creates an enforceable contract. C. Is an indication that the buyer is operating in good faith. D. Can be held in the broker's operating account until the offer is accepted or rejected.
The correct answer is C. Is an indication the buyer is operating in good faith.
A Florida real estate broker is legally allowed to prepare A. Commercial leases and sales contracts. B. Listing, sales, and option contracts. C. Deeds, sale contracts, and leases. D. mortgages, deeds, leases, listings, and sales contracts.
The correct answer is B, listings, sales, and option contracts. A broker cannot prepare other legal documents, as that would be the practice of law. Brokers are allowed to fill in the blanks on certain residential lease forms approved by the Florida Supreme Court.
Which of the following is not a requirement of an enforceable real estate sales contract? A. An unlawful purpose. B. A meeting of the minds. C. Competent parties. D. A number of related documents.
The correct answer is A, an unlawful purpose. Competent parties, a meeting of the minds, a legal subject matter, a written agreement signed by the parties, and a lawful consideration are all essential elements of an enforceable real estate sales contract. A contract can be constructed from several related documents.
The statute of frauds, A, stipulates time limits for the enforceability of contracts. B, concerns the validity of certain contracts. C, pertains to the enforceability of some contracts. D, is concerned only with written contracts.
The correct answer is C, pertains to the enforceability of some contracts. The statute is not concerned with written contracts, but rather with certain oral contracts involving the sale or transfer of an interest in real property. Deeds, mortgages, sales contracts, options, and leases for more than a year must be in writing to be enforceable.
After an option has expired, it can be enforced, A, for a specified time, B, for a reasonable period of time, C, in court if necessary, D, under no circumstances.
The correct answer is D, under no circumstances. An option that has expired no longer exists.
With reference to an option agreement, A, the buyer is the optionor. B, the buyer is the optionee. C, the seller is the optionor. D, both B and C are correct.
The correct answer is D. Both B and C are correct. The seller is the optionor, the buyer is the optionee.
A sublease, A, is an extension of a lease. B is a subrogation of a tenant's rights. C is an assignment of a tenant's rights. D gives possession of lease space for the remaining lease period.
The correct answer is B, is a subrogation of a tenant's rights. A sublease subrogates or subordinates a previously written lease by placing the original tenant's rights beneath those of the sublessee.
What type of listing provides the most protection for the broker? A, an agency listing. B, an exclusive right of sale listing. C, an exclusive agency listing. D, a net listing.
The correct answer is B, an exclusive right of sale listing. With this type of listing, the broker is entitled to a commission, regardless of who sells the listed property.
A suit for breach of contract must be brought to court within specified time limits. The time frame for such action is controlled by A, statute of frauds, B, real estate license law, C, statute of limitations, D, Florida bar.
The correct answer is C, statute of limitations. This statute provides that an action to enforce a peril contract must be brought within 4 years, if the contract is in written form, within 5 years.
Which of the following will terminate a listing contract? A, bankruptcy, death, or incapacity of the seller or broker. B, performance by the broker according to the terms of the listing contract. C, abandonment of the listing by the broker. D, all of the above.
The correct answer is D, all of the above.
A type of contract which can be used as a financing device for real estate is A or an A, Contract for deed. B. Option contract. C. Assignment. D. Contract for sale and purchase.
The correct answer is A. Contract for deed. This agreement is also known as a land contract, installment sales contract, or an agreement for deed.
The actual sales price paid for a parcel of real estate, A. is never in the deed. B. Must appear in the deed. C. Need not appear in the deed. D. Cannot legally appear in the deed.
The correct answer is C. Need not appear in the deed. The actual sales price of a parcel of real estate is seldom stated in the deed. However, the approximate price can often be determined by the amount of documentary stamp tax affixed to the instrument when it is recorded. This concludes CD number 1.